Yeah, hi guys. So till now we have seen like how to run a media pipe inference locally on your machine, how to draw on images and how to extract the coordinates by denormalizing it, and how to see those coordinates, what those coordinates are representing it, and what all the 21 coordinates are. So we have till now seen that how to get coordinates and how to run the inference. So as I said about the PyAutoGUI earlier in the last video, that using these coordinates you want to move your mouse. So there is a library called PyAutoGUI which lets you do that. So like PyAutoGUI is an GUI automation library of Python which works with Windows, Linux, and Mac OS, and you can do lots of things with it. So for instance, you can get the position of your cursor, you can get the size of your whole screen, you also can move your mouse given some coordinates. This is what we want. Given some coordinates, we want to move our mouse automatically to those coordinates. So you can use this library and use this function called move to x comma y, and you can set a duration like how many of seconds it should take to move from certain point to x and y. You can also move relative to the current point, and you can use this function called move relative, and you can put offset and it should move relative to that current position. So apart from this move function, there is drag to drag relative. You can also use this click function, and there are a whole lot of other functions you can do. You can also scroll using PyAutoGUI. I encourage you to read the documentation, and this will give you a good idea. And in this video, what I will be doing is I will be showing you a basic functions that we'll be using throughout building this, gesture control mouse. So let's just create a simple file for a demonstration, and let's just call it temp.py. Let's just import PyAutoGUI. This should give you no error since we already had installed this py in the requirements.txt. So import PyAutoGUI, and let's just do this PyAutoGUI move to x comma y. Let's just call our x is 0, y is also 0. Now take a look at my cursor. It is currently on this play button, like run Python file. Now I'm not doing anything. It's just directly move to here, to the corner of my screen. So PyAutoGUI directly moved it from here to here. You might have not caught that, so let me just put a duration and let me say it's for 5 seconds. Now it should move slowly over a duration of 5 seconds from there to there. I promise I'm not doing this. So yeah, it works like you give the x and y, you give the duration, and it would slowly move from there to there. And we can also do left click and right click. Let's just say PyAutoGUI dot click and provide button, and let's just say it's left click we want to do. Now this, what this would ideally do is this will move to 0 to 0 and click left button, but left button won't do anything here. Like this is just an icon and it's not doing anything, but it should do if we click on a file. So instead of 0 0, if I say 50 0, it should hang around somewhere here, and it should do this. It should perform a left click. So let's just try it if it works, and it slowly moves to file, and after moving to file it should perform a left click. Yeah, you can also do a right click, PyAutoGUI dot click button, and simply right. It should slowly move to file. It will click left button first, and then it will click right button. So you got the gist of what we'll be doing. So these are the functions we'll be using majorly, like to control our whole mouse using hands. Now let's put everything together. We know how to get coordinates, and we know how to use those coordinates to perform mouse functions. So let's just create some file called main.py. This will be the whole main file, and let's just note down what all things we want to do. First thing we want is to get feed from camera, so get camera feed. Second thing we want is to run inference on this, like to run inference on the frame. So run inference. And when I say run inference, I want to do two things ideally. I want to detect and draw, and I want to get coordinates. For some reason I always misspell coordinates, I don't know. Yeah, so these are the two things we want to do in inference, like we want to detect and draw, and we want to get coordinates. And after getting coordinates, we want to perform mouse functions, right? So let's just do it one by one. Let's just get the camera quickly. So import cv2, initialize your video capture object as cv2 dot video capture and 0, and while cap dot is opened, uh, let's call it frame, and cap dot read. Yeah, let's just display it cv2 dot show, call it frame again, frame, and if cv2 dot wait key 1 and ff equals to, let's just call it odd of q. So when I press q, the stream should stop. It should be equals to yeah. Let's just break, and after the loop, let's just cv2 dot destroy all windows and cap dot release. So this should work fine. This should take our frame and display it to as it is. If I run it, you can see it works, but it is not detecting anything because we haven't done anything on the inference side. So what it is completed is this. So this is done. I will mark it done. And now we want to run inference. We want to detect and draw, and we want to get coordinates. So instead of doing it here, let's create a separate module and call it hand detection module dot py. So this module will have the functions which will take this frame and detect and draw the landmarks on it, and it will also have the function which will return the coordinates. So to do that, we already have done that like this in inference.py. Just copy this whole thing into hand detection module and take a look at this. So what we initially were doing is we were initializing a video capture object, but we don't want that. You can just remove this. Let's make it a little simpler. I will have it arranged in one line. We don't have cap, so we can remove this. Now take a look here. Image is assigned as cap.read. So instead of cap.read, what we want is we want to pass an image. So let's just do this. Let's just call def detect and draw. This should take image as frame as an input, and it should return that frame by drawing on it. So let's just fix an intent here. We want this whole thing inside this function. Has it fixed it? Yeah, I guess so. And instead of cap.read, let's just simply assign image equals to frame. And then then we don't want this. There is no parameter called success. You can remove it. This also can be removed. So yeah, image equals to frame, then you are passing that image into hands.process. You are initializing x and y list, and then if result is not none, then you are drawing on image. I think intent here is also messed up, so we can do this. So this is an if. So yeah, now we don't want any printing to happen, so we will just remove this whole code. Print xy can be removed too, and that image is passed into this function called draw hand landmarks. Draw landmarks and hand landmarks are drawn onto that image, and we don't want to show it over here, so we will remove this. We will remove this as well, and this break and cap release can be removed as well. So this function, after drawing everything, should return frame. Well, not frame. We are drawing on image, so it should return image. Yeah, this should work fine, I guess. So yeah, so we have created a module, and in this module we have this function called detect and draw, which takes frame as an input, it draws on it, and it returns. So in main we will simply import that module as import hand detection module as htm, just for simplicity. And once we got our frame, you can simply do frame equals to htm, and this is returned from this detect and draw, which takes frame. And once that is returned, we are showing it from cv2.info. Let's just see if it works. If I put my hand up here, it is working quite fine. So you can see it works just fine. So now that function is done, so detect and draw is done. Now what we want to do is to get coordinates. So we can have another function in here which just simply returns the coordinates. So def get coordinates, this takes nothing as a parameter, it simply just returns x and y. So it should return this x and y, but this x and y is not accessible to this get coordinates. We can simply have a global xy, not here, just x and y, and this function should modify this global xy, global x, and global y. So once we modify the global xy and this get coordinates returns it, so this get coordinate is returning this one, and this is being modified in here. So what we'll be having as a result is a list of x and list of y of 21 coordinates. So let's just do that. If it is working, let's just see that. So call the get coordinates, let's just say x coords comma y coords equals to htm dot get coordinates, and this takes nothing. So once we've done that, let's just print x coords comma y coords, and they should print x and y coordinates of the inference. So yeah, see, if no hand is detected, it is returning an empty list. As soon as hand is detected, it is returning the whole list of x and y's. So this is what we wanted. Now we have x and y, and now we can use these to perform mouse functions. And let's narrow it down. What we want to do in mouse functions is we want to move our mouse, we want to perform left click, we want to perform right click, and we additionally would want to perform hold and drag. So these are all the things we will be doing when using the coordinates. And what we have done till now is got the camera feed, detect and draw, and get coordinates. So yeah, okay, so yeah, so we have got the coordinates, and what we want to do now is we want to move our mouse, and we have seen how to do that. Like we have seen PyAutoGUI move to functions, click functions, and given an x and y, it should move to a certain point. So we will see about this all functions in the next video. Anyways, thank you for watching. Well, yeah, thanks. See you in the next video, guys. Thank you.